Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Anastasia Priyatina. I'm a PhD student of the IoT Systems and Network Department of the National Aerospace University. Today I would like to tell you about healthcare IoT. Internet of Things is one of the most popular and advanced technologies in recent times. The essence of this term is approximately as follows. The object can exchange information over the internet or other channels and operate without human intervention. Internet of Things is a broad network of devices connected to the network, including smartphones, tablets, and virtually any things, and equipped with sensors. So it may be cars, industrial equipment, zero environments, oil rigs, portable devices, and so on. All of these things collect data and exchange them. Internet of Things is rapidly growing. Market value in 2025 could reach about $11 trillion. So, Internet of Things changes many areas of life, and medicine and healthcare is not an exception. First, for these directions, new terms were already developed. For example, Internet of Things for medicine, medical Internet of Things, Internet of Things for healthcare, or healthcare Internet of Things. Traditional model of patients and doctors expect significant changes. Devices and sensors open up a new era of digital medicine. On this slide, classification of network medical devices according to the report of Atlantic Council are prepared. Today, the market of network medical devices has many participants. A lot of these companies are yesterday startup projects. The implementation of the modern technologies in medicine makes it possible to make more accurate diagnosis, treatment, and improve the quality of patient care. And the patient may take his treatment remote. Special mobile gadgets for everyday use enable ordinary people to monitor their health. Investigated devices can capture and transmit the data, patient data. This information includes the patient's name, diagnosis, history of treatment, and so on. Generalized architecture of medical system is presented on this slide. Medical device communicates wirelessly with the reader. Reader communicates with the cloud service. Medical organizations, hospitals, care doctors, and emergency doctors can access to this database. Does anyone have any ideas who are interested in healthcare systems, medical information? No one.
Doctors, startups, vendors, companies who want to sell some products, maybe some selling the dietary supplements or any physical activities or any fitness activity. It could be very wide audience.
The stakeholders are points of care. It is hospitals, then clinical support. This is research labs, for example, and pharmacy companies. Business associates, IT services, and others. Others including law firms, accreditation firms, and so on. And of course, the black market are interested in this information. Now we proceed to cybersecurity issues. There are several break-ins in recent years. One of the most sensational was a case that happened At a Black Hat conference in 2011, when the researcher of information security directive showed how he can easily hack his own insulin pump knowing just its identification number that the manufacturer gives. Another interesting case, in 2030, an American series Homeland showed how the hacker killed the Vice President of the United States, sending a charge to his pacemaker. Next, it is real case. Next day, the real Vice President for that moment, Dick Cheney, visited his doctor and asked him to turn off all network functions in his pacemaker. Interesting, last year cybersecurity reports paid great attention exactly to medical device cybersecurity. For example, a report of Kaspersky Lab in detail described issues of cybersecurity of medical devices. They gave a great example of vulnerabilities and real cases. They reported a researching of cybersecurity of MRI scanners and some internal devices. The result of this research work is terrible. The American company Trax published separate reports only about the cybersecurity of medical devices. So that's anyone more ideas about what are the possible vulnerabilities in medical devices?
He used off-the-shelf, commercial off-the-shelf components, so maybe already such.
More ideas?
Interfaces,
yes. So, for successful attack, the device should have such vulnerabilities as unprotected communication channels, defective authentication and access control mechanisms, software vulnerabilities, limited storage. But from hacker's point of view, these vulnerabilities can be attack vectors. And what about possible threats?
Maybe to get the confidential information about health, political persons or husbands.
Yes. So the spectrum of considered threats is too extensive and includes cloud providers, medical data processes, and so on. And using networked medical devices, pure such threats as illegal extraction and falsification of data, programming and shut off of device, change the prescribed treatment. These threats can lead to critical and even fatal consequences. And what about risks?
What does it mean possible? I understand possible. Is it point of view value of risk or
what kind of?
What kind of risk?
Killed or not killed? Killed risk.
Yes.
Virtual killer was
only if, for example, killer had some heart attack.
So
I think that most active participant of our school is the professors, right? not students.
Because we are more close.
So if threats and vulnerabilities were not identified, so risk of patient health safety, loss of patient confidentiality, unacceptable medical control, and inability of devices can arise. So
Sorry, when you talk in this slide about risk, is it risk or threats? Or threats or threat? Maybe it's effects or not?
Yeah, maybe it is more effect.
Risk.
I understand. So, for this moment, a number of legislative instruments in the field of cybersecurity management of medical devices are developed. The main documents are HIPAA. HIPAA document is a set of special standards of privacy and security for specific information about health, which are known as the HIPAA privacy and HIPAA security rules. Under the effect of HIPAA standards for healthcare organizations such as hospitals, insurance companies, and medical centers of calculation. FDA provides a guidance for manufacturers and hospitals and requirements for manufacturers of digital health and cybersecurity. Another interesting to consider is the database merger. It is sponsored by the FDA. Merger device users, for example, hospital patients, enter data in this database, enter data on problems and curate with their devices on voluntary basis. Speaking about Ukraine and Europe, there is a problem with standardizations of medical devices. Standards are not developed or they are referred to the standards of United States. These all standards are for United States. FDA regulates the classification of medical devices according with risks and process for developing these devices. And what are the possible losses if the device was broken?
Health and life.
In general. Money.
And political issues we talk about.
Privacy.
Yes.
Privacy.
So, network inconsequence of successful effects on network medical devices, generally, and protected health information in particular, there are 5 categories of losses. There are reputational, financial, legal or regulationally, operationally, and clinical. Some of these losses are regulated by HIPAA privacy and HIPAA security rules. One of the most interesting is the clinical losses. For example, they are delayed or inaccurate diagnosis among users. Over this feature may be hidden a lot of specific health problems that can be converted into money. For example, a delay in diagnosis, fewer patients you can take and less money you can earn. So, and what is the possible solutions to provide cybersecurity in companies?
Need to encrypt the data.
Yes.
And to provide the complex overall management system.
So the vulnerability analysis, choosing the optimal countermeasures.
Such features, so the most possible solutions to provide the full cybersecurity is develop such solutions that consider all elements of secure development that consist of staff training using the best practices and technologies. The main task on the field of cybersecurity is security audit, security assessment, and control of users, and so on. Conducted analysis of research works in cybersecurity mathematical models that are described in this slide. In accordance with the analysis of existing studies and taking into account practical considerations, requirements for the models are located. So the model should have the ability to calculate the probability of the threat, the timing of the threat, the time of attack detections, and the cybersecurity risk. These requirements should depend on used remedies vulnerabilities in them and the level of training and equipment of the intruder. So, what is the possible way of cooperation? What does this need if I will work in university?
Cooperation between different
universities
or different industry and universities?
It's industry and university. That's common, right? The standard, cooperation for research described as a problem between university and the industry. So many thanks for your attention.
Thank you. That's
on your opinion, what is the difference between cyber situation awareness and cyber security?
Can you explain me, please, avoidance?
Cyber security awareness.
Awareness. Cybersecurity is a process for providing the protection of something, and awareness is awareness. It is process that it is in
this project process too.
Process, but for only just for people maybe.
maybe the question is in the field of just monitoring and reacting. This awareness is simply the monitoring. Cybersecurity assurance is the reacting to the data which we have from the awareness, making some decisions on what we can do. This is the question. Okay? So it's just my interpretation.
Sorry.
I just joined the discussion.
Have you used any models for security assessment?
For this moment, they are not developed, but we will develop using Markov model, game theory, maybe.
But it is mathematical tools.
Yes.
But what do you about real models of cybersecurity?
Real models?
Yes. Stages, for example. In more simple way. Okay. Вы говорили о марковских моделях, других моделях. Ну, можно продолжить.
Конечно.
Все хозяйство, начиная от сетей Геттери и так далее. Значит, но было бы хорошо увидеть, ну, например, динамические модели cybersecurity.
Действительно.
Возможно дискретные, возможно непрерывные, возможно стохастические и так далее. Это уже деталь.
Понятно. Но вы говорите о том, что вы эти модели учитывали то, как изменяются ситуация динамики.
Да,
меняется количество
конечно. Возможно стадии, возможно.
Можно я добавлю? As our department, we are developing such models. It's semi-Markov models in combination with semi-formal techniques similar in capital loss and fact analysis. And we use open information about vulnerability and dynamics of publication information about vulnerability using such database similar NVD, for example, and other ones. And it's a really dynamic information about changing of number and type of vulnerabilities. It's not completely dynamic, but its statistics can be used to parameterize Markov or semi-Markov models.
Okay.
Any more questions? No? Thank you, Nasser.